Hi there, it's Friday the 3rd of July 2020 and this is our last part looking at the theme We Are the Body of Christ. The body of Christ, of course, is the church made up of all Christians, alive and dead. And we're going to look at the last scriptures in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, reading from verse 27. Now you are the body of Christ and each one of you is a part of it, and in the church God has appointed first of all apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then workers of miracles, also those having gifts of healings, those able to help others, those with gifts of administration, and those speaking in different kinds of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Do all work miracles? Do all have gifts of healing? Do all speak in tongues? Do all interpret? The rhetorical answer, of course, is no. We're all different, but eagerly desire the greater gifts. So what part do you play in the body of Christ? Do you know? Imagine in your body if you had a kidney that didn't know what it was supposed to do. It knew it was part of the body. It could see all the other parts of the body all doing their jobs and doing their functions, performing their functions, but it wasn't sure of what it was supposed to do. Your body would suffer because of that. And in just the same way, in the church, there are many people who know they're part of the church, who look around at others serving in the church and functioning, but they don't really know what their function or purpose is. You know, God has made you with particular abilities to perform a particular function or functions in the body of Christ. And notice that your situation can change, but your function never does. What do I mean by that? Well, one of my functions, one of my purposes is to be a teacher. And the places in which I have taught have been many and varied. The situation can change, but the function of teaching remains. So I taught in Sunday school. I taught my children at home the history of the world. I taught in Pullman Prison drama skills to some of the inmates. I taught some young people how to play guitar in the YMCA. I am teaching via podcast just now. So my function of teaching remains, but the situations can change. So what is it that your function is? What part do you play? Well, if you're not too sure, ask yourself some questions. What is it you enjoy doing? What are you good at? What is it other people say that you're good at? What interests you? What have you always wanted to do? Some of these questions might help you to better understand your function, your purpose. And then to ask yourself, well, how can I use that function best, these abilities within the body of Christ, within the church? And if you have no idea, then talk to your friends, or better still, talk to your church leaders, who would be delighted to speak to you and help you to find your place and have your function. Because if you don't perform your function, if you don't play your part within the body, then the body will suffer. The body will suffer. Now lastly, let's notice that there is an order in the body of Christ. As it says here, that God has appointed first of all apostles, second prophets, third teachers and so on. These are all leadership gifts, of course. So there is an order in the body, just as there is in your body. In your body you have some functions that have dominance over other functions, and rightly so. And that all works together to help your body function properly. And in the same way within the church, there are some people with functions that have priority over other functions within the church. So the person that operates the sound desk when I'm speaking has priority over me to regulate my sound, either up or down as they see fit. And then myself as a leader and some of the other leaders within the church, we have priority when we are coming to make decisions about some things to help the body function best together. So in the body, there is order, and it's meant to help the body be balanced together and to work together in the way that it should. And of course, as we've learned earlier in the week, God gives special honour to those parts which are not seen within the body, so that so that He makes sure that there is equal balance and equal value placed on all the different gifts. So those that speak in the front and those that are in leadership are no more important than anybody else. We are all of equal value, but we have different functions. And the different functions are there for us to work well together. So we are the body of Christ. and we are so blessed and honoured to be a part of the body. What part is it you play in the body of Christ? May God enable you and bless you as you bless others through your part. Thanks for listening this week. God bless you, and speak to you again next week with a new topic.